guys. Okay, good morning, students. Welcome to new language class. Please, everyone, turn on your camera right now. Miss Gaibor, Miss Seminario, Miss Campuzano. Okay. Now, when you listen your name, okay, when you hear your name, please say present or say here. You can write in the chat present here too. Okay. So let's start, guys, with, okay. Campuzano Jimenez. Campuzano Jimenez is here. Miss Campuzano. Okay. Castillo Coto. Estrella Benítez. Jaramillo Itriago.
Here.
Macías Ángel.
Here.
Pinargote Maeva. Solís Iker. Aspiazu García. Méndez Juliana. Arriaga Jocelyn. Campaña Matías.
Here.
Gaibor Miranda.
Present.
López Vera. Seminario Marimilia.
Present.
Toasa Bravo.
Present.
Vasco Villacreces.
Present.
Okay, very good. Now. Okay, guys, so let's start. Do you remember I told you yesterday, okay, today we are going to make a little review in this hour and the next hour about the grammatical tense, okay? Present simple, present continuous, past simple, and past continuous, okay? Because sorry, Mr. Solis. Okay, we have to know the basic grammatical tense. Juan Aspiazu, sorry guys. Okay, we have to know the grammatical tense, the basic grammatical tense. Okay, so let me share. Okay, so the review for this hour is about the grammatical tense. Okay. Tenses. Okay. In grammatical tense, we have many tenses or many times. Okay. Like for example, okay, in this graphic over here, we have the past, present, and the future. Okay. So we have the past, present, and future. Okay. So those are times past, present, and future. Today we start with the past. Okay. So the past tense. Okay. In past tense, we have the past simple. Okay, and the past progressive. Okay. Or past continuous, it's the same. Okay, past progressive or past continuous is the same. Okay. So let's check the past simple. Okay. Arriaga Jocelyn. Sorry guys, Arriaga Jocelyn. Let me see. Arriaga. Sorry guys. Where is Arriaga? Okay, it's here. Okay. So the past simple. Okay. So how do we make, okay, remember this question, how do we make or how do we form the past simple? Okay, how do we make or how do we form the past simple? What do we use in this tense? In this tense, the past simple, we have to use the verb in past, okay, verb in past. How? An example. Okay, example, play, played. Watch, watched. What else? Eat, ate. Okay. But as you can see, we have verbs that end with ed and we have verbs that change. Okay, like for example, played, watched, have these words the ed form at the end, but with the verb eat changing past. Okay, become to ate. Okay, these verbs are called regulars and irregular verb. Okay. So, okay, Ms. Arriaga. Okay. So these verbs are called regulars and irregular verb. Okay. For regular verb, we have okay. In regular verb, we have play, watch, walk. What else? Talk, wash, look. What else? Study. Okay. These verbs are regular verbs, but also we have the irregular. Okay, in irregular we have eat, fall, run, read. What else? See, do, be. Okay. What else?
Swim.
Swim. Very good. Swim. Okay. So in irregular verb we have eat, fall, run, read, see, do, be, and swim. Okay. Over here in regular verb, okay, we have to add the ed. For example, play, played. Okay, watch, watched, walk, walked, talk, talked, wash, washed, look, looked, study, studied. Okay, in the last verb, study, why do we use the letter I before the letter those letters ed? Because there is a rule exists a rule in past simple. The rule is if we have a consonant, okay, before the letter y, okay, let me put this in. Okay, the letter y, we replace it with the letter I and the ed form ending. Okay. So we have to replace the letter Y only, sorry, with the, okay, only if we have a consonant before the letter Y. Okay, as you can see, we have over here a consonant, the letter D, before the letter Y. So we have to replace the letter Y to letter I. With play, we don't replace the letter Y with the letter I. Why? Because we have a vowel, okay, the vowel A. So play in past is only play, only add ed form ending, okay? So this is a rule about seminario, okay, about the letter Y in regular verb, okay? Now for irregular verbs, okay, as you know, the irregular verb change in past. For example, eat become ate, fall, fell, run, ran, read, read, see, saw, do, did, be, was and were, swim, swam. As you can see, some verbs change, okay? But some verbs only change the pronunciation, okay? For example, run, write the same, but the pronunciation change. Run, run. It's the same with read. In present, read, and in past, read, okay? And the other verbs change the form. For example, eat, ate, fall, fell, see, saw, do, did, be, was and were, swim, swam. Okay, so we have the regulars and irregular verb in past. Okay, so how do we make the past simple? We have to use the verb in past. For regular verb, we have to use the ed form. If we have the letter Y, okay, followed by a consonant, we have to replace it, okay, with the letter I and add the ed form ending, okay? Okay, for irregular verbs, some verbs change, okay, but some verbs we have to write the same, okay, but change the pronunciation, okay? So remember this past simple information, okay? But when do we use past simple? Okay, that is another question. When do we use past simple? Julio Estrella. Okay, guys, wait a minute, let me see. Julio Estrella was here. No, but okay. Mr. Estrella, welcome. Okay. Now, so the question in this time is, when do we use the past simple? Okay, we know how do we form, okay, the past simple, how do we make the past simple, but when do we use the past simple? Okay, if we are talking about in past, okay, so we use the past simple for actions that are complete in past, okay? For example, I studied English yesterday. This action, I studied English yesterday. This action, it's done, okay? We finished this activity yesterday, okay? So we use the past simple for activities that we complete before, in past, okay? So when do we use past simple? We use past simple, okay, for activities that we completed in the past. Okay, so we use the past simple for activities that we completed in the past. Another example, he ran, sorry, he ran, who's reading the chat? Okay, don't worry, Mr. Estrella. Please pay attention about the grammatical tense, Mr. Estrella. Right now we are see a little review, okay, about the past simple. Okay, so the example, he ran at the park last weekend. Okay. In this sentence, in this first sentence, in the sentence number 2, we use the time expressions in past. Yesterday, last weekend, last week, last month, last year. Okay. You can use this time expression to emphasize, okay, that this action, okay, occurred or happened in past. Okay. So he ran on the park last weekend. Another example, okay, they did their homework, okay, before to go to school. Okay, they did the homework before to go to school. Okay, we can use past simple, okay, to emphasize the action that occurred in past or happened before, okay, to do something right now, okay, or to do happen in this moment. For example, they did the homework before to go to school, okay, because they forgot, okay, to do the homework. I don't know, but you can use this structure, okay, to emphasize the action happened in past, okay, before to happen another action right now. Okay, so they did the homework before to go to school. You can use the past simple, so basic, okay, in this structure. I studied English yesterday, or he ran at the park last weekend, okay. You can erase yesterday, you can erase last weekend and only say or write I studied English or he ran at the park, okay. So this is a past simple. When do we use and how do we use the past simple? How do we use the past simple? We have to put the verb in past. We have two forms, regular verb and irregular verb. For regular verb, we have to use the ed form ending, and for irregular verb, the verb change. How do we write? Okay, and sorry, how we write the verb and how we pronunciate the verb. Okay, for example, run and read. Okay, so change the pronunciation. Okay, and therefore that you write the verb. Okay, so this is the past simple. Another past tense, we have the past continuous. Okay, so we already know the past simple. Now, but okay, past simple, okay. So another past tense, we have the past progressive or past continuous. It's the same. Okay. Past continuous. How do we form the past continuous? How do we make the past continuous? Continuous. Okay. So how do we form the past continuous or past progressive? Okay. Let me erase this. Oops, sorry. Okay. So how do we form the past continuous? In past continuous, we have to use the verb to be. Okay, we have the verb to be, and present participle. Okay, who can tell me what is the present participle? Do you know what is the present participle? Yes or no? No one.
When we use has and have, present participle, no.
Sorry, repeat please, Mr. Asa.
When you use has, have.
No, that is for past, okay, past perfect, but that is our topic. Present participle. What is the present participle? Okay, remember, in past continuous and in present continuous, okay, we have to use the present participle, okay? What is the present participle? The ing form, okay? That is the present participle, ing form. Like for example, play, playing, watch, watching, walk, walking, talk, talking, okay? Let me put this. Playing, watching, walking, talking, washing, looking, okay, and studying. Okay, so we have to use the verb to be and the present participle. What is the present participle? The ing form. Okay, so example, I playing, sorry, I am playing football. Sorry, it's not I am playing because this is past progressive. I forgot, sorry. Remember, the verb to be has to be in past. Okay, I forgot this. Verb to be. Verb to be always in past continuous or past progressive. We have to use the verb to be in past. What is the verb to be in past? Okay, the past form for the verb to be. What is? Miss Vasco. Do you know the past for the verb to be? No? Mr. Castillo, do you know the past form of the verb to be? Mr. Castillo, do you know, yes or no? Miss Campuzano, do you know the past form of the verb to be?
Was where?
Very good, was where. Okay, Mr. Castillo, you have to pay attention, okay? Was where. Okay, so the verb to be in past, we have the was were, okay? So we have the verb to be in past. Over here we have was, and over here we have were, okay? So we use was with what? Okay, let me, was and were, okay? So we use was with what, okay? For what? Before the verb to be, we have to use a subject. We can use a personal pronoun, okay? For example, I was, he was, she was, and it was, okay? For was, we have to use a personal pronoun, I, he, she, and it, okay? And for were, we have to use they, we, and you, okay? So we have to use they, we, and you. I, he, she, it is for singular, and we are talking about in third person, okay? I is for singular, it's only for one person. I, you. He, for other person, a man. She, other person, only one person. For woman, it can be for thing or for one animal, okay? So we use I, he, she, it to talk about in singular or in third person. And then we have to use the verb to be in past was. Always we have to use was followed by I, he, she, and it, okay? Where is for plural, okay? So we have to use where for plural. We have the personal pronouns in plural. They, we, you. We use they for to talk about a group of people, okay? So that you not include, okay? For other group of people, for example, for I don't know, for other group of team, okay? You have to use they. They were at the school. They were running at the park. Okay, you don't include in this group. We use we also for group of people, but you are include. Okay, you are in that group of people. For example, we are studying English right now. We are playing basketball right now. That is for present. For past, we were studying English yesterday. We were playing football last week. Okay, so we use we for us. Okay, you is for you. Okay, use for you for plural. It can be for formal way or informal. You, okay. In Spanish, the meaning you know. Okay, so we have to use you were at your house at 8 p.m. yesterday. Okay, that's an example. Okay, so we know how do we form the past continuous. We have to use the verb to be in past, the verb to be, Mr. Castillo. The verb to be in past. Do you know how do we form the verb to be in past? Mr. Castillo. Okay, Mr. Castillo. Okay, Mr. Castillo. Okay, Mr. Macias. You know the verb to be in past. The verb to be in past. How do we form the verb to be in past? What is the verb to be in past? Mr. Macias. We have the verb to be in past over here in this board, okay? Only you have to repeat. Very good. Was and were. It's easy. The verb to be in past, we have the was and were. Only both of them. Was for singular, were for plural. Was for singular and were for plural. Okay. So it's clear this part. Now we have the present participle. The present participle, you know, right now is the ing form. Playing, watching, walking, talking, washing, looking, studying. Okay, mister, don't worry. You have to write in English, no Spanish, okay? Another verb, for example, seeing, being, what else? Running, reading, okay? Okay, mister. Okay, so in this case, in past progressive, okay, only we use the ing for playing, watching, walking, talking, washing, looking, studying, seeing, being, running, reading. As you can see over here, we repeat this letter N. Why? That is a rule. Let me erase this. Rule. Okay, if you have a word or verb like this, consonant, vowel, consonant, okay, we have to repeat the last consonant and add the ing form. We have the consonant, we have the vowel, and we have the consonant, okay? So the rules say, if you have consonant, vowel, consonant, you have to repeat the last consonant and add the ing form. Okay, the ing form ending. Okay, if you have consonant, vowel, consonant, you have to repeat the last consonant and add the ing form ending. For example, wrong. We have consonant R, the vowel U, and the consonant N. So we have to add another consonant and add the ing form. Running. Okay. So repeat the consonant. Okay. No. Okay. We have to repeat the consonant and add the ing form. Okay. That is an example. Okay. But if you have the word like this, see, in this verb, we have only, okay, consonant, vowel, and vowel. Okay, so we don't have to repeat the last letter, okay? Because we have only consonant, vowel, and vowel. So only we have to add the ing. Okay, so we don't repeat the last letter, okay, because we don't have consonant, vowel, consonant. Only we have consonant, vowel, vowel. Okay. So this is a rule about the past progressive or past continuous. Okay. But when do we use past progressive or when do we use past continuous? When do we use past progressive? Okay. Or continuous? So when do we use the past progressive or past continuous? Okay. So when do we use? We use the past progressive or past continuous, okay, to talk about actions that were happening in past and didn't finish, okay? For example, I was watching a movie yesterday, okay? I was watching a movie yesterday. Okay, this action, okay, didn't finish, okay, before. This action continued, okay, in past, okay? It's continuing in past. I was watching a movie, okay? But this action, okay, it isn't done, okay? So I was watching a movie. We use the past progressive or past continuous to talk about actions, to talk about actions that didn't finish, okay, in the past. Okay, so it's referring the action is continuing in the past, not in present, in the past, because for present, this action is done, but for past, this action is continuing, okay? So, you understand? How do we use the past progressive in past, okay? How do we use past progressive to talk about action that didn't finish in the past, okay? It's referring the action is continuing, okay, in the past already. Okay? But we have past simple and past progressive. We can use both of them in a sentence, okay? For example, let me erase this, okay? We can use the past continuous for past continuous for actions, okay, that were interrupted, okay? Okay, we can use the past continuous for actions that were interrupted. How? An example. I was waiting the bus, okay, when I don't know, okay, when the dog, no, when the dog, okay, when the police arrest some people, okay, there's an example. I was wearing the bus when the police arrested some people, okay? So as you can see over here, I use the past continuous, but also I use the past simple. We can use both of them, okay, for actions that were interrupted. Over here, I was waiting, okay, is the past continuous, okay? But over here we have the police arrest. Okay, this is a past simple. Past simple. Okay, I was waiting the bus. Okay, this action, okay, is a past continue. Okay, happening in past, but this sentence, this past simple, okay, interrupt this action. Okay, the past simple interrupt the okay, so everyone is here. So let's start, guys. Welcome again. Okay, hello. Please, everyone, turn on your camera right now. Mr. Macías, Campuzano, Solís, López, Espiazu, Gaibor, Toasa, Mr. Estrella, Miss Vasco, and Miss Arriaga. Please turn your camera right now. We start. Okay. Okay, guys, so you know, please listen carefully. When I say your name, you say present, okay, or here. You can write in the chat present or here too, okay? Okay, Miss Gaibor, don't worry. You have to write in English, not in Spanish, okay? So let's start, guys. Campuzano Jimenez.
Here.
Castillo Coto.
Here.
Estrella Benítez.
Here.
Jaramillo Triago.
Here.
Macías Ángel. Macías Ángel, Mr. Macías.
Here, teacher.
Okay. Solís Iker.
Here.
Okay. Aspiazu Juan. Aspiazu García.
Present.
Okay. Méndez Juliana. Méndez. Arriaga Jocelyn.
Here.
Campaña Matías. Campaña Matías. Gaibor Miranda.
Present.
López Vera.
Present.
Okay. Seminario Marimilia. Toasa Bravo. Vasco Villacreces.
Present.
Okay. So let's continue. Okay, so we already know how do we use past simple and past continuous. Okay, so we use past continuous also. We use also past continuous for what? We use past continuous for actions, okay, that were, no, sorry, that interrupt in the past. Okay, like for example, I was waiting the bus when the police arrest a man. Okay. I was waiting the bus when the police arrest a man. Okay. We have two clauses over here. Okay, the first clause. This is the first clause. We have two clauses. First clause. Is it Matías Campaña? Sorry guys, Matías Campaña. Matías. Okay. Okay, the first clause is the past continuous. Okay. And the second clause is the past simple. Okay. So over here in the first clause, we have the past continuous, and over here we have the past simple. The past continuous, okay, this one is the action. Let me okay, this one. Okay, and over here. This is past continuous. This one is the action that were happening in the past, or that we are doing, or I am doing, sorry, I was doing in the past. So this action, the action that I was doing in the past. Okay. So this is the action that I was doing in the past, and the past simple. No, let me erase this. Okay, this is a past simple. Oh man. Okay. Okay, over here we have the past simple. And this past simple is the action, okay, or the, yes, the action that interrupt, okay. Okay, this is the action that interrupt, okay. So we use the past simple, okay, for action that interrupt in the past. For example, I was waiting the bus when the police arrest a man. Okay, so the police arrest a man interrupt, okay, the activity or the action that I was doing, okay, or you were doing, or they were doing, or he was doing, or she was doing in the past. Okay, but to use both of them, we have to use a time word. What is the time word? When. Over here we have when. When. And this one. Okay. This is a time word. Sorry. this is better. Okay. So this is time war. Time war. Okay. So time war is when. Okay. We use a time war when to connect the past continuous and past simple. Okay. To refer, okay, the action that were interrupted in past. Okay. So we use the past continuous. I was waiting the bus when the police arrest a man. Okay, so that is another okay way to use the past continuous. Okay, we know how do we use past simple, how do we use past continuous, when do we use the past simple, and when do we use past continuous. Now we have to introduce the present tense. Okay, so we know the past tense, now the present tense. Present tense. Okay. In present tense, we have the present simple and the present continuous. Okay, or present progressive is the same. Okay. So, present simple. We have the present simple. How do we make the present simple? Or how do we form the present simple? Okay. Mr. Asa said yesterday, present simple is using for routines. But okay, no, this is for when. Okay. How do we make the present simple? We have to use, okay, we have two forms. Okay, we have two forms. Okay, we have two forms. In present simple, we have two forms. Okay, the first forms number one. Okay. Yes. Form number one. Okay. We have the ES and S. Okay. We have the ES and S ending. Sorry, for ending. Okay. So what is the meaning about this form? Okay. Or how do we use this form? It's simple. Okay. When we are talking about in singular or in third person, okay, the personal pronoun singular or third person singulars, personal pronouns, we have he, she, and it. Okay, so we have the singular personal pronoun he, she, and it. When we use he, she, and it, we have to use the form number one, es or s. How? When we use the verb, like for example, okay, we use this verb. Okay, look. Okay, look. Look. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, look, look, and look. Okay. As you can see, this verb is in base form. Okay, the verb is in base form, but we have to add es or s form ending. Okay, when we use singular personal pronouns. Okay, so we have to use s. Over here, we have to use s, s, and s. Looks, he looks, she looks, it looks. Only for singular or personal pronouns in singular, okay? another verb. We can use he. What else? He plays. She watch. It wash. No, it eats. Okay. So as you can see over here, we use the present simple with es and s form ending. Okay. He plays, only we use. Sorry. Okay. So we use only s for plays, eats. Okay. But if you have this ch, what else? Let me. Okay. Yes. Ch or es. Sh. Sorry. We have to add es. Okay. Watches, washes. Okay. So this is a rule when we use now when the verb finish with these letters, we have to add es form ending. Okay. So okay. Yes. Example, watches, washes. Okay. So that is a correct form. We don't say or write, watch, or washes. Okay. So we don't say or write watch or wash. So we have to use es form ending. Okay. So remember that. So we use it form number one, es or s form. Okay. When we are talking about in singular, okay, or in third person. Okay. He, she, and it. Okay. But what about the form number two for plural? Okay. So for plural, sorry. Okay. For plural personal pronouns, we have we, they, and you. Okay. With these personal pronouns in plural, only we use the verb in base form. Okay. Look. Okay, in this case, we don't use es or s. Okay, the verb is only in base form without es or s form. Okay, it's only in base form. Okay, when we use when we are talking in plural, we use the verb in base form. Verb in base form. Okay, without s or es form. Okay, so the verb is only in base form. Okay, look, another verb, it can be eat. Okay, study, play, another one. For example, listen. What else? Use, complete. Okay, so we use the verb in base form. Okay, when we use plural personal pronouns. Okay, This rule is only for present simple when we are talking in plural, okay? Present simple is so easy, it's too easy, no? So when do we use now the present simple, okay? When do we use the present simple? Let me erase this one. Okay, when do we use the present simple? Okay, so when do we use the present simple? Ms. Toasa said yesterday, okay, we use the present simple for routines. Yes, we use the present simple for routines, daily activities, generally through, okay, sorry, generally true. Okay, and also we use the present simple for future. Okay, for future fixed events. But this is about for present. Okay, so only we are focusing in present simple tense, not in future, only for present. So we use the present simple for routines, daily activities, generally true. Okay, so what is the meaning about the routines or daily activities? So for example, I play soccer every day. That is our daily activities. Routine. My mother does exercise. Okay, at 5 o'clock p.m. That is a daily activity. Sorry, that is a routine or daily activity. Yes, my mother does exercise at 5 p.m. Generally true. The sun rises at the east. Okay, so I play soccer every day, daily activity. My mother does exercise at 5 o'clock p.m. The routine. The sun rises at the east, generally true. What is when we are talking about the generally true? Okay, if for example, the sun rises at the east. This is a fact, okay, that occur or happen. Yes or yes. Okay. Okay, this is a generally true. This is a fact true, okay, because this, okay, this action occur always, every day, every time, okay, only in the morning, okay, so the sun rises at the east, okay, so we have examples for daily activities, for routines, and for generally true. Okay, so we use the present simple for routines, daily activities, and generally true. Also, we use the present simple for future, but there is another topic. You saw the future forms. And do you remember we use the present simple for future fixed events? Okay. This one, it can be a future fixed event, okay? This sentence, it can be talking in future, okay? But this is a daily activity because present simple, when we use the present simple for future, it's talking about schedule, timetables, future fixed events, okay? For example, for future fixed events, it can be the train arrives at 7 o'clock a.m. The train arrives at 7 o'clock a.m. There is a future fixed event. Okay, so we use the present simple for routines, daily activities, generally true, and the train, sorry, for future fixed events. Okay, so present simple is too easy. Okay, now let me erase this. Okay, now we have another present tense that is a present continuous. Okay, present continuous. How do we use it, or how do we form, sorry, how do we form the present continuous? How do we form the present continuous? Mr. Aspiazu, do you know how do we form the present continuous? Could you tell me how do we form the present continuous, Mr. Aspiazu? Mr. Aspiazu?
No sé, no tanto.
Mister, do you know how do we form the present continuous? Yes or no?
No.
No, okay, don't worry. How do we form the present continuous? In present continuous, we use the verb to be in present, and also we use the present participle, okay? Verb to be present, okay, and the present participle, okay? So we use the verb to be in present and the present participle. Verb to be in present, okay? Verb to be in present. The verb to be in present, we have is, sorry, am, is, and are. Okay. For am, we use am for I. Okay. For is, we use he, she, and it. Okay. Is. And for are, we use we, you, and they. Okay. So I, he, she, it, we, you, they are personal pronouns. Okay. For I, we use am. For he, she, and it, we use is. And we, you, and they, we use are. Okay, so that is a verb to be in present. But what about the present participle? Present participle, you know, is the ing form. Okay, let me. Okay. Present participle. Okay, the present participle. What is the present participle? Is the ing form. How do we use the ing form? Playing, swimming, running, studying, seeing, singing, watching, walking. What else? Okay, looking. Okay, so the present participle is the ing form. Playing, swimming, running, studying, seeing, singing, watching, walking, and looking. Okay, do you remember the rule about the consonant, vowel, consonant? Okay, the rule affects in present continuous too. Okay, this rule about the consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, we have to use in present continuous. Example, running. Okay, we have to add another N and the I ing form. Okay. Another verb, swimming. Okay, over here we have swimming. Okay, we have swim over here. So as you can see, we have, yes, we have consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, you have to look always, okay, in the last part, not in the first part. You have to look always in the last part. Okay, in this one, swim. Okay, swim. We have consonant, vowel, and the last one, consonant. So we have to add another consonant, swim, and add the ing form, swimming. Okay, so there is a rule about consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, it's always the last part. Okay, the three letters at the end. Okay, swim, consonant, vowel, consonant, run, consonant, vowel, consonant. We have to repeat the last consonant and add the ing form ending. Okay, so how do we form the present continuous? We have to use the verb to be in present and the present participle. Verb to be in present, am, is, are. Am with I, is for he, she, and it, and are for we, you, and they. Okay. Present participle, ing form. Any verb, any verb with ing. Playing, swimming, running, studying, seeing, singing, watching, walking, looking, practicing, completing, reading, okay, writing, talking, speaking, okay. So those verbs. So how do we form the present continuous? Verb to be in present and the present participle. But when do we use the present continuous? Okay, when do we use the present continuous? When do we use the present continuous? As you can see, the present continuous is using for actions that happening or that are happening in right now. Okay, in this moment, at the moment. Okay, so we use the present continuous, okay, for actions or activities, okay, which are happening right now, okay, or at the moment, okay. Okay, so we use the present continuous for actions or activities, okay, which are happening right now or at the moment, okay. For example, in this moment, in this right now, we are learning or we are making, okay, we are making a review about the past and present tenses, okay. So we are making, so we have to use the personal pronoun we, then we have to use the verb to be in present. We is plural, so we have to use are. And then we have to use the present participle. We are making, okay, a review about the past and present tenses. Okay, this action or this activity is happening now, right now, at this moment. Okay, another one. You are paying attention, okay, you are paying attention carefully, okay, you are paying attention carefully, or only you are paying attention, okay, only you are paying attention. Okay, we use the subject you, we use are because use for plural, and paying the present participle attention. Okay, another one for singular, he is listening Okay, music. He is listening music. Okay, in this moment, that man is listening or doing that thing. Okay, he is listening music in this time, at this moment, right now. Okay, so we use the present continuous to talk about actions or activities which are happening right now or in this moment. Okay, so it's clear this part about the past simple, past continuous, present simple, and present continuous. Okay, now you have to study in your house about these topics, because if you don't know how do we use this sentence, okay, this tense, okay, you won't know how to use the tag questions. Okay, on Monday we are going to we will make another review. So we will make another review about the negative form and question forms for present simple, past simple, present, and past continuous. Okay, so for today we stop here. Okay, we finish this hour. Okay, sorry, wait a minute, let me see. Okay, so we stop here for today. Don't forget to do the homework. Okay, you have to do the homework about the tag questions, okay, or the question tags. Let me see, where is that? Okay, yes, here. Sorry, guys. Okay. So don't forget to do okay, don't forget to do this one. Where is? Okay, it's over here. Question tags. Okay. Don't forget to do this homework. Okay. This homework is until let me see, where's the date? Okay. Due date 17, November 17. Okay. So you have until Wednesday, okay, to send me this homework about the tag questions or question tags. Okay. So you have to do this activity. Number 1 and the number 2. Number 1 is this one, question tags. Okay. All birds are dangerous. You have to use the tag question. Okay. And this activity number 2. Okay, you have until Wednesday 17, November 17, to send me this activity to my email. Okay. So we stop here, guys. Don't forget to do this homework. Okay. Now. Okay, we have 2 minutes, okay, to end this class. Why Miss Campuzano? Okay, I'm talking in Spanish. Miss Vasco, Miss Señor Macías, señorita Campuzano, señor López, señorita Seminario y señor Campaña, porque tienen las cámaras apagadas. Espero que hayan puesto atención al review que se le hizo hoy día, porque veo que no, o se les ha olvidado, mejor dicho, se les ha olvidado cómo usar presente simple, pasado simple, presente continuo y pasado continuo. ¿Ok? Esos tiempos son muy básicos. Si no sabemos cómo usar esos tiempos, no vamos a saber cómo usaremos los demás. ¿Ok? Porque en el libro hay otros temas más difíciles. Ya viene present perfect and past perfect. Y eso es un poquito más complicado. Y si no sabemos lo básico, no vamos a saber cómo hacer eso. ¿Ok? Entonces, por eso la clase de hoy fue de estos temas. Les aconsejo, pueden ver videos en YouTube para reforzar las clases de hoy acerca de presente, pasado, ¿ok? Simple y continuo, ¿ok? Pueden buscar en YouTube, hay muchos videos muy fáciles de entender, tanto en inglés y en español, lo pueden buscar como ustedes quieran, que se les haga más cómodo, ¿ok? Pero les recomiendo que lo busquen en inglés para que vayan mejorando y educando el oído. ¿Ok? Yo sé que es un nivel básico, en el que ustedes están, pero ya deberían de saber lo que es presente, pasado, continuo y simple. ¿Ok? Entonces, de tarea, pónganse a hacer un review acerca de esos tiempos. Y el día lunes continuamos con la forma negativa y la forma interrogativa. ¿Ok? So you can leave the room. Have a good day, guys. Okay. So take carefully. Okay. And goodbye, guys. You can leave the room. Have a good day. And don't forget to do the homework. Okay. Goodbye, guys. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.